How you guys doing? Good stuff?
Yes, sir.
You have family and friends in today? Because I know a lot of the players had some guys in. Did anybody come in for you guys, or you just signing autographs?
I told them they didn't have to make the trip from Michigan until preseason starts.
Okay. Yeah,
that's fair.
Good.
I got my wife here.
Yeah, your wife's here, yeah.
Great.
My kid's supposed to come up soon, but it's going to Seabreeze. Trying to go to Seabreeze tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Your kids are, your wife's here living with now, right?
Yeah.
And your kids are coming up later? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That's good. So give us a quick rundown about the early days of camp. I mean, you learn how to play in the rain. I know that.
Didn't know that was on the menu.
Right, yeah. And we were sitting here doing the show yesterday. I was freezing. Give us an idea. Run down a camp. New thing, new defense. Now you're out there and you're actually playing. This is the real deal now. How's it going?
It's going smooth. It's going well. We got a new defense and a lot of new parts and new people that's playing different positions. But it's going great. Everybody's fitting the puzzle piece well. We all learning new schemes, and it's going great. You know what I'm saying? It's fitting in well. We're playing together. We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. And whether it's raining, storming, sunny, forecast, whatever, snowing, we all coming together right now. And it's been a great first few days of camp, and it's been a pleasure.
Max, it's year 2 for you. How much more comfortable are you right now than you were a year ago at this time?
Honestly, last year I was so, anxious to go out there and not make a mistake and just try to be perfect. But going into camp this year, I feel a lot more calm. I can breathe. I got guys like CB who's, constantly being a help for me, constantly somebody I can always go to. But also just, allowing myself to be open to new, going into a new defense, but really just playing fast and being confident and, trusting the guy to the right and the left of me.
You guys know this, too, at training camp. And you said this about yourself last year. You wanted to be perfect. How tough is it to get young guys to, not be afraid to fail? You got to expand your game. You got to try something you may have done, or you got a coach coaching you, or you're playing a technique that you're not familiar with. How tough is it to say to a young guy, hey, it's all right if you fail. You try to get better. You got to work on what you're not good at.
Yeah.
Your career's not over if you have a bad rep.
Facts.
That kind of stuff. How tough is it to impart that on young guys and to learn it yourself?
Well, honestly, we had a moment, of that earlier where I was kind of disappointed in some of the reps I started off with, but CB was there to let me know, brother, we're human. And at the end of the day, I need you to stay locked in mentally and to go out there and keep playing fast and keep being you.
Yeah.
And just really, for me, I'm only going into year 2. I'm not a real vet or nothing yet, but I carry those experiences that I learned last year because, it was an up and down roller coaster for me dealing with injury and just going through the season. But really just being comfortable with being uncomfortable is something that I really had to learn and really just trying to put that on display in this camp.
Now, CB and I had a little bit of a back and forth during his press conference the other day because I watched the clip when you were mic'd up and he's in the huddle getting people amped, and you said you were ready for a regular season game after that little talking that he had going on. And I asked him because our perception of Christian as a young player like you was quiet as kept, lead by example. I didn't see the stuff that he enlightened me to, hey, I've always been comfortable talking and being vocal and talking about things like that. He just had to wait his turn to kind of step into that role because Poyer was here, Micah was here, and those were the guys that did a lot of the leading and the talking. But he kind of enlightened me. He said, hey, man, I've always been good with talking, but how have you seen the impact his vocal influence has had on the rest of the group?
Honestly, because, CB does kind of, he's quiet, he's calm, cool, and collected. But when he's in that mode, you can feel that. And CB is not somebody that wastes his words. If he's saying something, it's passionate, and he means it from the bottom of his heart. And that's why I say, it really does make you want to go run through a brick wall after he talks.
I was ready to put a helmet on after I listened to it.
Because it's he does it when it's appropriate and when it's really needed. And it really hits the spot for the guys. Myself, the position group, the safeties, the linebackers, even to the D-line. And CB's just a leader that leads by example. And when he does decide to speak, it's something that's going to apply, and it's something that we actually need. That's why when he does it, it's always the right time.
Yeah. So give us an idea maybe what Jim Leonhard's defense, what it's going to be different. Is he going to man you up more? Is he going to What's his message to you guys as your position group, and how do you think it's going to be different this year than maybe it has been in the past?
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, like as we practice, it is a lot more a lot more matchier defense, and he knows how to use it with the people that he has. You know what I'm saying? He knows when to call certain plays, certain distances based off of personnel and who's on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Who's playing what, how their strengths are. So I see the difference in this play call than compared to last year's or the other DCs. But this defense is a great defense. I can see how he was very successful. He's a smart guy, understands football, knowledgeable down the distance. And it's a great defense all in all.
Looking at Joe Brady as your head coach now, one of his mantras is "Be you with us." Now, check me if I'm wrong, but you're as serious as a heart attack on the field, okay? And that's when you're at your best, at least from my observation of your game. When you are locked in and serious about your craft, That's when you're at your best. This guy is at his best when he's got a smile from ear to ear and he's happy.
That, right? You know, I've been trying to tell boy. Like,
when he's happy-go-lucky, that's when this guy is at his best. So, but that's two examples and very different examples of being you with us. How much have you struggled to embrace being you with this team? Because this guy has been here for 5-6 years. He's comfortable in his own skin, and he's playing at his best when he is that. How have you tried to remind yourself, like, I got to be me if I'm going to be my best for this team?
Yeah, I can appreciate how Joe does say that, like, be you with us, because I know me personally, like, you know, like I said, like, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but I also know, you know, when it's time to be serious, when it's time to lock in, but still being myself, being Max. And I appreciate Joe and the defense because they never asked me to change or nothing. They should say, you know, go out there and be you with us. And, you know, that's real, and then that means a lot because, you know, this is our job, and I love my job. Yeah. And I can't hide the fact that I do love my job. So, I'm always just happy and really just balancing that out, not letting happiness get in the way of my job, but also still being me.
Yeah.
It's been easy, honestly. You know, I getting along with everyone, having a relationship with everyone, having a real brotherhood with everyone, to where I feel comfortable enough to be myself.
Because I know where you're sitting. I know that balancing act that you're sitting on, because you don't want your teammates to think I'm not being professional by joking around and being happy. But I think these guys have been around you long enough to know you got to be happy to be the best Max for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, and you know, they love it. Like, you know, I got guys like CB out there doing dances and stuff. You know,
there you go. There you go. If you could get him to do that during a game and a timeout, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. So it's still just football. It's football every year, but every year is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give us some ideas about what are you guys noticing about different, like new players coming in. Give us a little bit of a summation of your room. You guys were here last year. Now you got some new guys. IGB's in there with you. You got some other guys in the safety room. How's that going, that transition? It's going to be a new team this year.
Yeah. I feel like we brought guys in who come into the Bills and, you know, want to pick up where we left off, want to be a part of that culture that was established before we got here. And I feel like they've come in fitting well. You know, IGB's been a rookie who's come in. He's listening. He's learning every day, and you can see that on the field. He's someone that when we're in the meeting rooms, everyone has a voice, and everyone, you know, constructive criticism you need that, you know, because sometimes you don't always see that rep from how someone else sees it. So really just us coming in, being a brotherhood, not getting offended if somebody tries to correct you, just taking the coaching from the actual coach and from guys who's been here before you. It's worked out well.
I also would say, like, a lot of our personalities, like, it clashed pretty well. You know what I'm saying? We all have our own unique personalities, characteristics in that room. And, yeah, a lot of us are young. But regardless, like, it's like we all fit together pretty good. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple quiet, we got a couple outcasts, we got a couple that are very vocal. And it's like no matter what happens in our room, it's like we're here with it. And again, we don't know too much about each other, but that's what the part of this camp is, like trying to figure each other out, truly understand what happens when the fire happens and when we're in the fire. And no matter what, I did notice, like, with this young group, like, we click pretty well. It's not too much bickering. We all are open to criticism, like he said. We all open to learn, to grow, and we all have that same mission to get that Super Bowl, to make our team the best team that we could be, to make ourselves the best version of ourselves. And nobody's selfish. We're all caring individuals, you know what I'm saying? So it means a lot when the room is like that. And I've been a part of some rooms that are great like that. And now seeing the young ones coming up, and they're like some of their first years here, and they're already like that, is pretty unique. It's pretty.
That's
well.
awesome. One guy running behind you is Connie Walker, the undrafted rookie out of Arkansas. Now, I know you're 6'1", and you're considered a tall corner. That boy's got like a 36-inch inseam. He is all legs.
Yeah.
And, but like changing direction is kind of a tough thing when you're taller and longer. So how has he kind of come to you with questions about that? Like, because I imagine you get a lot of questions, CB, and why are you looking at Max like that?
He has a long run.
I mean, he's all legs.
Nah, he's definitely a big body. And he knows how to use that to his strength. And it's well in our room, you know what I'm saying? Like that his stature is again unique. And he's tech sound. Like he cares about his tech. He's okay with learning. He got some running, like he can run.
Okay.
Like, and he got good wingspan, arm length, and he knows how to use all of his strengths. So it's a blessing. Like God bless that boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bless that boy.
We got there's two aspects of this. There's one, there's the defense that's called and the defense you guys got to run. And then there's the other stuff you were talking about a minute ago, and it's about, knowing each other, being there for each other, being part of a team. And that team thing is more about making sure you feel like they understand who you are and you understand who they are. Like, with the new guys like Connie Walker, IGB, and the two of you guys and all the other guys in the room, what's more important? Is it being a part of a bunch of guys that you want to go in, let's go clear this room out, right? Let's go in and clear the bar out. And how much of it is like Jim Leonhard and all the guys who think their way through it and tell you tell you the defense is it the defensive scheme, or is it how good you guys are that is the difference for you? What do you guys focus on the most? You know what I mean? There's the human part of it, the team part of it, and then there's the tactics part of it. Give us an idea of where you guys stand on both of those things.
Hold on. First, his name Kanai.
Kanai?
Yeah, Kanai.
Is it Kanai, not Connie?
Yeah,
okay.
Kanai. At first,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I figured who you was talking about, but as I thought about it, yeah. But we focus a lot on a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it is a scheme, and like you gotta know what you're doing when you're out there. But a lot of that is just the players make the plays. They speak a lot about that, how the players make the plays. And they allow us the room to do that with this scheme. So a lot of it is scheme, but a lot of it is the players are just playing the tech. We talk a lot about technique and fundamentals.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times your technique and fundamentals will set you free. Once you know the rules of the scheme, but once you get to the game, they might throw anything out there. And your technique and your fundamentals will set you free and will.
Something you can
So there's
always
base
rely on.
rules, but there's freedom.
Yeah. Something you can always rely on. Like, one thing I say about, Coach Vilay is that we always talking tech, talking about at the line, and he's a coach that doesn't try to come in and change what we've done, but he tries to instead work to our strengths.
Yeah.
How could he, because obviously, me and CB are not the same type of corner, not the same type of body, but he makes it work for the both of us. And like CB said, though, you could call whatever, but at the end of the day, it's the players on the field who's making the plays. And they give us the freedom to go out there and try different man tags or try different press tag, try to align different, but also giving us small nuggets on how we could improve what we're trying to work on.
And that feedback also works with the receivers on your team. Like, they're asking you, hey, did I tip my route to you? Or you're asking, hey, what did you think of my jam? Was that tough for you to deal with? There's that helps you guys get better too. So here's my last question for you guys, because you're in it every rep, every day. who are some of the receivers that have kind of caught your eye a little bit and maybe presented more game than you anticipated, going up against them? And I realize you're going against the top 4 guys a lot based on the way the reps work, ones versus ones, but who have been some of maybe the younger fellas that maybe caught your eye a little bit on the receiver side that you say, oh, you know what, there might be something there?
I would say all of them.
All of them, okay.
All of them have been grinding their butts off and putting it on the field. You know what I'm saying? They've been showing out. You know what I'm saying? Even if it don't seem too much on there is little stuff that we show in the film room of how that receiver made an impact on that big play. You know what I'm saying? So they all have different ways of surprising all of us.
They're giving you good work.
Yeah, they're giving us great work. They're great players. They're great guys, smart, intellectual individuals, great athleticism. So they all have been wowing us. And it's not like we had any doubt or anything about it, but sometimes you don't know somebody through a can of paint, but they have been showing who they are.
Did you cross over with J-Mac at Kentucky, or did he transfer in after you left?
Nah, we played a year together.
Okay, so what can you tell us just about J-Mac? Because I know he might not burn up the stopwatch in the Jamari Macklin. I know he might not burn up the stopwatch on a 40, but he looks
Very
pretty
savvy.
quick off the line.
Very savvy. It's funny because at Kentucky, because he came my last year, the year I declared, and he stayed another after that.
Yeah.
But while at Kentucky, and we did one-on-ones, he was the only person I went against because he brings different traits. And he's a guy, like you said, he's not going to, blaze you, run a 4.2 or whatever, but he's so quick and can accelerate and gets in and out of his break so well to where it's like a fast guy guarding him is going to have to slow down because, he adds some salve to it. And honestly, too, other guys that, I personally, I'll go through a route or something and see a receiver add some spice, or I'll tell him, okay, that was cool, or maybe you did too much. And then it's the same thing back. Asking a guy like Keon, okay, how could I have guarded the back shoulder better? Or a guy like Palmer, how could I have, what could I have did at the line to kind of slow you down a little more? Just, picking guys' brains and then working on it with CB after practice. So you can gain something from all of the receivers that we have, honestly, because they all have different skills. And I feel like that's kind of been helping me seeing that on tape, what could I work on, or how could I have guarded this better, even when he does add a little, pizzazz to it. So
that's awesome.
Last one from me. Who are the young guys in your room? How are they doing? Give us a little rundown on who you're looking at going, okay.
Really, all of them. I love seeing the growth from, like a guy like Kanai and, a guy like IGB, really, TP, Dunbar, D. Alford, seeing those guys who weren't here last year, but they come here and they accept everything that comes with being on Buffalo Bills, and they take the coaching and they're not offended, and they're working to get closer to us as a group. It's a brotherhood. It's a love that we have for one another, to where when we go out there, I don't want to let CB down. I don't want to let IGB down. I know if I take this play off, I'm letting Kanai down. So just building that bond for
right. I agree with that, all of them. But the one that really interesting, he's not a youngin', but I'll say D. Alford, because it's interesting because I'm playing next to him, and I feel like I've been playing with him for some time now.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
And that's rare. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to playing next to Taron Johnson for
your whole career.
Yeah, my whole career.
Yeah.
And then now playing with him, it felt like there was no. I feel like I've been dang near playing with Taron and him throughout my years, low key. We're on the field. It's like,
why do you think that is?
I have no clue. Probably because off the field we hang out a lot. Off the field we talk a lot. We hang out a lot. Even OTAs. I had my situations going on, and I still reach out to him. Even when he first signed here, it's I think one of us followed each other on Instagram, and we started talking about where you training at. We didn't go to see each other training and stuff like that because sometimes it don't be like that.
It's funny that you say that though, because we had Josh on the other day, and he said the same thing. He goes, "I really feel the time off the field makes a huge difference in terms of not only being a good teammate or having a guy's back, but knowing how to play off of your teammates when they line up next to you. Just having that off-field brotherhood helps on the field, which doesn't sound intuitive, but it keeps happening over and over, and you experience that with your guys.
Yeah, you feel like you can say it, in the locker room, you can talk about anything, your wives, children, religion, politics, it's all. So in the field, you can say, you're going to talk football, man. You can say, hey, snug up, that kind of stuff.
That is true.
So the
though.
football stuff is like, you can say anything out there.
Yeah,
quickly.
Like, even to kind of speak up on D, like that's facts. Like even as soon as he got drafted, he was reaching out to guys, and like even for me, it feels like I've been playing with him, and I really didn't even notice that till y'all really just said that. It's like I feel like we didn't got a season in together, but and even meeting his wife, like it's stuff like that to me is you learn to appreciate that stuff off the field, because when you get on the field, it's a real love for each other. Like I don't want to let this man down because I've met his wife or I've met his kids, and it's like it's deeper than just ball.
Real quick, before we let you go, fired up to get in the new place on Saturday?
Yeah, I ain't never seen
Yeah.
it yet.
You haven't been in there yet?
Not the finished look. Not the finished look. I went.
Yeah,
when,
we
like,
haven't seen it with the paint on the field,
I went
right?
when everything was
Guys,
kind of
it's-
still being sorted, but I'm waiting. I'm
You're
excited.
going to have a wow moment. You are.
Yeah,
It's cool. It's really cool. We're psyched to see you guys
joint.
out there on the
I'm excited
grass.
for the first home game. That's
Yeah.
what I'm excited
Well,
for.
yes.
First home game
Yes.
against my
Under the
hometown.
lights.
Against my hometown.
That's
at
right.
that. Like,
That's right.
that's-
How many
that
tickets
means
do you have to
something.
get for that one?
Probably 150. Have to figure
Good
a way.
luck. You have to hit him up for a few. Good stuff. Good to be with you
Guys,
guys.
thanks
Thanks
a
for the
lot.
time. It was
Thanks
nice
for
rapping
having
with
me.
you guys, and good luck staying in one piece this season
Yes,
and
sir.
ball out, all right?
Appreciate it.